Hello, I am currently in the process of editing this video, which you might be about to watch, but I just wanted to pop in here really quickly before the video starts and give a little disclaimer, because this is quite different from a lot of the content that I have previously been posting on my channel. It's pretty much just a very long ramble about the situation regarding the global pandemic and how that affected my year because I was living in France. So if you don't want to hear all about that, then maybe just give this video a miss. I will not be offended, and stay tuned because I will be posting another video as soon as possible, and it will be hopefully a little bit more upbeat, and it's going to be a vlog, so yeah, you can keep your eye out for that. But if you do want to listen to me talk, then good luck because this video is very long. But yeah. Hi everyone. I was never really expecting to film this kind of video, but I guess here I am. And this is going to be really long and wordy because I'm bad at being concise, so I apologise. I'm going to give you a quick story time. Let's go right back to the start. If any of you have been watching from the start or know me personally, you know that I'm here right now in France having a gap year, a working gap year, and I'm living at a French school and teaching in that school. And as of I think 2 days ago, it has just been announced that all the schools in France are closing down because of coronavirus. So that has put me in an extremely difficult situation, and I'm not good at making decisions. So basically, coronavirus obviously started up at the beginning of the year, and like a lot of people, I was quite in denial about it. I really didn't think that it was going to affect my year greatly. Like, I kind of just expected to just roll with whatever happened. I was going to stay in France, and that was just the situation because I came here for a year and I didn't want to just like hastily go back to New Zealand because there was this virus. But obviously the situation has escalated, and over the past few weeks I have been keeping an eye on it. I have been keeping in contact with my parents, and we knew that this situation could potentially arise. I just didn't really think it was going to happen. I still was in denial. So I'm living in Paris right now, which is a very populated area, and I'm in like a little subsection of Paris. And pretty much in the area that I'm living, there was 2 cases a couple of weeks ago, 2 cases. So at that point I knew that it was kind of escalating because it was no longer just in Paris, it was actually in my neighbourhood. So it was slightly concerning. The school didn't really have any signs of closing. I talked to the principal with one of the other assistants, and he obviously isn't really in charge of closing the school. It has to come from the French government, and there was no talk of closing the school unless France got to stage 3 of the virus, and we're still at stage 2, so it was quite unexpected. So I was actually on a trip Thursday, Friday. I was on a trip in Normandy with a class group, and at dinner time on Thursday night we got told that the school has been closed. And I immediately started getting texts from my parents, from like my exchange family in France, my friends. So it was really overwhelming, and I had a lot to think about. I also found out on that same night that the 2 Australian assistants who are here as well, who are both English assistants, are going back to Australia. So yeah, it was a lot of information all at once. Then on Friday, which was yesterday, I was on the way home on the bus, and I had like a text conversation with my dad and a conversation with the assistant who lives next to me, in the room next to me. Tanya, she's the Spanish assistant. She has decided to go back to Spain as well. Just logistically, for me to like stay here without the school being open for a unknown period of time, it's just like logistically not that smart, because I'm supposed to be working here, and that's giving me something to do during the week and during like the day. So if I'm not working, then I'm going to have nothing to do. And I think the hardest thing right now is just the fact that no one really knows how the situation's going to progress. And trust me, this has literally been like probably one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, which sounds really dramatic, and this whole video isn't supposed to be like, oh poor me, like oh my god this is ruining my experience. Like I'm seriously like extremely grateful, and I know that I'm so privileged to have this opportunity in the first place, but it's just really like tipped my whole year on its head, and I'm just like not that good at kind of dealing with the unexpected things that this year has been throwing at me. And obviously I mentally prepared myself to come stay and live here in France for a year, so having to potentially go back on that commitment almost is really difficult for me to kind of comprehend. But pretty much I'm just going to give everyone a rundown of the situation so everyone knows what's happening. My battery's about to die, so let me just come back. This situation could blow over fairly quickly. I could manage to get through it all, everything will be fine. Or the situation will continue to get worse before it gets better. Honestly, no one really knows, and that big question mark is making me much more inclined to go back to New Zealand. There is a lot of factors. I've actually written like so much stuff down, and last night I was awake till like 2:30 talking to my friend on FaceTime, and we made a big mind map of everything. So we have this, she did this big mind map for me, which was really like good, and it's so difficult because I'm like extremely like unsettled by all of this, and I was not expecting to have to pack up. I'm not ready to leave. My room is like not even finished being set up. I was buying stuff for my room the other day. I have like a full cupboard full of food, and just the fact that I might have to pack up all of a sudden is like really unsettling. I think if I'm gonna be stuck anywhere without a job and without money and all that, I want to be like stuck back at home with my family and friends, because that's just logic. I don't know, I don't even need to explain that. I know that my parents, as much as they probably won't admit it, they're probably quite worried, and I don't think it's like that fair for me to just stick it out and then we have to like make some crazy call for me to come home. Like there's just so many like risks that I take by staying here. As of right now, I just think that it is logical for me to come home. Trust me, I am extremely disheartened by this whole situation, just because I was really psyched up to be here for a year, and I set out to do this, and I really wanted to like challenge myself and make it through the whole year, and having to come home after I haven't even been here for 3 months yet was definitely something I was not prepared to do. On top of all of that, I have a very short time frame to make this decision, because the flight company that I have my return ticket with could potentially have like bans placed on it, or it might not be flying out of France anymore. Just the whole situation with airports and borders is constantly changing. The reasons that I really want to stay here are because I've set out to do this, and I feel like if I leave, I'm letting people down. Even just my YouTube channel, like of course I like really enjoy making videos, but a lot of my content was going to be based around what I did this year, and I was really excited to share all of that with you guys. So I feel like leaving is kind of like me backing out of this commitment that I made to myself, and I'm trying to rationalize that no one is going to be like disappointed in me or anything. No one's going to feel like I've failed, but personally that's just the way I like feel. And I was saying to my dad that kind of like learning a language to me is like doing a running race. This is a weird analogy, but it's basically like doing a running race, and if I come back home, it's like I'm just quitting the running race. And I'm kind of the type of person who, like, if I start something, I want to see it through, and it really frustrates me when my plans fall through. But my dad was telling me that a lot of other people have been affected by this, and it's not like just me. So when it comes down to it, it's not the end of the world. And yes, I'm extremely upset. I've been crying about this. I'm super confused. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I might be throwing away this amazing opportunity that I have been given. But as much as my heart is telling me, stick it out, you can do it, stop being worried, like it's fine. I think that logically it just makes sense for me to go home. And it just comes down to like wants and needs, I guess. It's kind of like, as much as I want to stay here and learn French, I do need to be in like a safe environment, and I need to have enough money to support myself. I need to be happy, healthy, and obviously like the needs are definitely outweighed in terms of going back home. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to be leaving. I haven't started packing. There was talk of me flying out on the 15th. Today is the 14th of March, which is just extremely stressful. I can't even tell you how overwhelmed I am with just all this stuff going on, and it's so much like decision making for a 17-year-old. Like I just don't feel like I'm doing the right thing. But yeah, I think this whole experience is the exact perfect description of bittersweet, because going home is something that I've been looking forward to ever since I left, and I'm extremely excited to see all my friends and family again. I miss them so much, so it's just going to be so nice to see them. But of course there's like the bitter side of things, which is that I'm having to leave France, and like I haven't really settled in here. I haven't finished setting up my room, and I've only ever been in France during winter time, and I've always wanted to see it in summer, see the garden, see the trees. There's a lot of stuff which I'm risking, and I'll keep you updated throughout the year, because if the situation changes here, there's a possibility I'll come back. If not, then maybe I won't. I do have some plans for the year if I was to stay in New Zealand. It's not that I'm gonna have nothing to do. I will just have to shift my goal. But yeah, this has been the hardest couple of days of my life. Like, just decisions. I'm really extremely bad at making decisions. And I'm not ready to leave. Like, my brain just wasn't ready to leave yet. So it's really tough. But I think it's logically the right thing to do. I've been talking for a very long time. I don't know when I'm going to put this video up or anything, but yeah, I should probably start sorting out my room, taking my photos down, which I never got to show any of you guys because I never did a room tour. So that's extremely sad. I hope that everyone is well and healthy, and I really hope that the situation with coronavirus gets better for everyone. My channel is not going to be dead. I will keep posting the videos when I can, because I've been really enjoying sharing my life on YouTube. So we'll keep doing that. This video is just pretty much to like keep everyone in the loop, and a lot of my like family members. This channel is just the easiest way for me to project everything that's going on. So yeah, that's the situation, and I will keep you guys informed.